September 11th was also my senior picture day. So I wake up in the morning, took half an hour fixing my hair, put on a suit, really uncomfortable dress shoes, big shirt. And I didn't want to spend all day carrying my books around. So I thought I'd just leave everything in my locker. So yeah, I just recently got my cell phone, so I was carrying that around with me the whole day. So I wake up in the morning, got to school normal, got to school early, put everything in my locker, and I was only carrying a folder around. I was in French class when it happened. I swear I didn't hear anything. But my French teacher, who I swear is like 165 years old, she comes in about 20 minutes late. She was scanning the books we need for the year. She starts. I was in the office getting a scanner for the books, and the chairperson says, "A plane hit the World Trade Center." So she said, "Well, okay, I still need the scanner." He said, no, don't you know what I said? A plane hit the World Trade Center. She said, okay, I still need the scanner. So she gets the scanner and she comes back into class and she tells us this. And we all laugh because we don't know what's going on. Okay, the plane hit. It didn't really register, you know? So we heard it from her, and okay. She goes on scanning the books. But then I walk into physics, which is right after French, and that's when I see it. The building, the smoke, and I'm like, holy shit! That's not just her being delusional, you know? Something pretty bad's going on. And then I felt it. So we sat there in physics watching for a while, and one of my friends was going crazy because his parents were boarding a plane that morning to go somewhere. The plane was leaving at like 7:50. He didn't know what plane it was or where it was going, and he was really worried about his parents. But I assured him that they couldn't be on the plane for all whatever factors, going in another direction or something. And we were all just sitting there. We were all watching. And we were all numb. People were running. And then about 20 minutes into the period, the top of the building fell. We were all watching it fall. We were all watching from a distance. Now, I usually don't get afraid easily, but I was really afraid. I just felt it. This is really happening. This only happens in bad movies. This isn't happening, this isn't real life. And I just got scared. Another one of my friends, her mom works in the World Trade Center. And she was really worried about her. So I go down to the second floor to check to see if my phone was working. So that I could call. Wherever she wanted to call, wherever her mom was, to see if she was okay. But the phones weren't working then. And so I left it in my book bag along with everything else. And funny thing, I had a sandwich that morning, which I left in my book bag. And when we got back to school after the next however many weeks we weren't in school, it was kind of funky. So we go back up to physics and we sit through the rest of the period. And so half the building falls. Half the period ended, and we all go to homeroom. And I saw one of my best friends from freshman year, Julia. And she was just shaking. And I just held her. And we were all standing there, like not saying anything, just thinking. Like, oh my God. And we started evacuating. People were hysterical. Students crying in these staircases. Another one of my friends, whose uncle works in the World Trade Center. I go back downstairs to check to see if my phone was working. My friend was now worried and crying. It's like everywhere you looked, someone had a mother, a father. It just felt really close to home. Like you could almost lose your mortality. It's right there. What if it were closer? I didn't have my phone then. I wish I had had my phone. I remember walking through Uptown in my suit and my shoes and just being really uncomfortable and just wishing that I had brought a change of sneakers or even stopped at the store to buy slippers and just carried my shoes. And after we left this school, I chilled with my friends. We ate, we talked, we wasted time, we hung out. And oh, my dad! When I first walked in, my dad just sort of nodded. He didn't say anything. We sat down at dinner. He poured himself vodka and he poured me cognac. I took 2 shots and went straight to sleep. Now, my dad didn't say anything. He just sort of looked at me like, I know you went through a lot today and I'm not going to ask you any questions. You see, it's weird being the center of a school project. Because, yeah, that's great, but we really are fine. Okay, God bless us, but we really are fine. When we got back to school and I was walking past, everything was still smoking. Ruins sticking up from the ground. And I was like, I couldn't have. I had a reaction. New York had been a piece of me for most of my life, 12 years. It was one of my homes. It was the best home. It was like God. A little bit of everything.